Hello, everybody. Welcome to That's Football. It's the second deal of the day for Liverpool. It's a here we go for Guehi to Liverpool transfer deadline day. We predicted it. We knew it. They've done it. What a window. They've won the window. Arsenal were in front for me yesterday. But with Isak and Guehi coming in, such significant signings for Liverpool. In fact, I want to pose the question, how would you rank Liverpool's signings? Not only have they won the transfer window, not only are they 9 from 9, not only the best club in England, but where would you rank their signings? Because I would say Isak number 1. I'd put Guehi in their top 3 signing. I'd put Guehi ahead of Kerkez and Frimpong and potentially Ekitike. I think they've saved their best 2 signings, arguably till last. Certainly, I think they're in their top 3 of their signings. Vert's probably maybe 2, separating them. But incredible, predictable efficiency from Liverpool Football Club on the final day of the transfer window. And I've got to say, as a Man United face, I hate it. I bloody hate it. I respect it. I wish my club was serious. Where, Liverpool out there spending over $500 million on quality. United out there leaving a bloody hole in their bloody midfield. And signing inexperienced goalkeepers from Belgium. Just not a real club, are we? But we're not here to talk about Man United. United stand at 7 o'clock. I'm going to lose it. But no, look, there is a lot going on in this transfer window. But I think for me, coming into it, this last day was always going to be Guehi and Isak to Liverpool. I think a lot of people doubted it. If you doubt it, you doubt Liverpool's transfer ability. They don't really miss. I remember them doing Fabinho in the same day. They weren't even linked to him. They don't miss, and they haven't missed. These players wanted to go to Liverpool. Crystal Palace, with a year left on his contract, you've got to take the money. Newcastle had to take the money, and Liverpool have took 2 players, and it's daunting for the rest of the Premier League in Europe. As I said this morning, incredible business I've never seen the like of. Like, I've never seen a team win the Premier League and then go on an assault in the transfer window like this. Relentless. I mean, I might miss somebody. Frimpong, Guehi, Kerkez, Verts, Ekitike, and Isak. 6 top quality, half a team of top quality signings to add to the Premier League winners. Scary. But football changed this summer. Football changed this summer. You don't win leagues and get 1 or 2. You win leagues and you build again. And it's scary what Liverpool and Arsenal have done in this summer transfer window. The biggest spend in Premier League history. And I would argue the biggest spend on transfer deadline day in history as well, because there are some big signings out there, which we'll talk about in a moment. But credit where it's due. It's how you run a football club. And, whether it's Man United or any other club, too many football clubs run themselves like businesses now. You're out there to win. You're out there to go and win. And the ambitious, we knew it was probably going to be Liverpool and Arsenal for the title. But what you cannot do is say that neither team haven't been ambitious in the summer transfer window. They've more or less matched each other. And we saw yesterday how close they are together. So, just a fantastic bit of business by Liverpool, and Guehi is a very good player, and so is Isak. So that's where we are with that. Liverpool fans, what do you think about it? What does everyone else think about it? But there's a lot going on today. There is also Donnarumma. I believe he was here we go this morning with Manchester City. So we'll be seeing Donnarumma in goal for them. The Nicholas Jackson deal is now back on to Bayern. There was talk of him going to Newcastle. He is now back in the last few minutes at Bayern. Loan plus buy clause, 5-year deal. It's slightly bigger loan fee this time. It was 15 million euros. Now it's 16.5. So he's back at Bayern Munich now. He's getting in those air miles. Also, Wizza went to Newcastle, didn't he? So in a roundabout way, is there much left to be done? I still think there's clubs out there with Harvey Elliott, Aston Villa, Jadon Sancho, Aston Villa. Not seen anything on Spurs yet, but maybe they have done something. There's been so much going on. I would expect them to be doing something on transfer deadline day as well. But I think that, in all honesty, I think most of the big teams have done what they need to do. And look, Newcastle have ended up with the 2 strikers, Voltemeda and Wizza. Liverpool have ended up with Isak and Guehi. Man City have ended up with Donnarumma. So interesting that none of these deals have fallen through. Do we think anything else is going to happen in the last few hours? Yeah, I mean, look, I think there'll be a lot of teams flying around trying to do business, apart from Man United, who are sat on their arse. But yeah, it's there is. I mean, look, even Wolves have spent 23 million on a Tolo Aracudor. There we go. Lindelof to Villa. Wow. Fulham to sign Tariq George as well for 22 million. Fulham getting in on the act as well. So look, yeah, we're going to get a lot. I don't even know what this transfer deadline day spend is. I mean, you've got to be going north. I said I predicted 500 million in the final day, and it looks like that will happen. I mean, look, even Everton are moving for a Freiburg player. The Bundesliga is the place to be, isn't it? And we've got that. We're the home of it here. Yeah, Emi Martinez looks like he's staying at Villa. I'm just looking at some breaking news here. I am going to do a bit of a review show later, but I mean, the perfect window for Liverpool. Arsenal fans will be happy with their business. Chelsea. Weren't Chelsea meant to be getting Garnacho and Xavi Simons? Now, I know Xavi Simons is Spurs now, but have Chelsea got anything left in the window? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just having a quick look there. Sorry. Yeah, look, thoughts are, I just think in general, you're a very bitter person if you sit back and have a problem with what Liverpool have done or Arsenal have done. It's exactly what you want as a fan of your own club, you know, that type of expenditure. And it's not just money. The thing is, they're not just spending money for money's sake. Every signing that Arsenal and Liverpool have made adds something to that squad. And we're already seeing the injuries. Arsenal have picked up injuries. Chelsea have picked up injuries. We play a very intense and compact calendar now. And clubs have switched on to that, and they don't want to be derailed by injuries. They also want to do well in the Champions League and the Premier League. I think what we're seeing is the big clubs are building super squads, and they've got the money to do it because they're financed by a very, very lucrative Champions League. And the fools, like the people who run Man United, thought they could just build something while everyone else stood still. And people didn't stand still. They kept building, and they kept building at a quicker rate. And then, you know, you just get left behind. And I think that's the problem that the Aston Villas and the Man Uniteds and maybe the Newcastles are going to face, is that these super clubs and these super squads could become quite relentlessly dominant year after year. Because I think the scary thing is we will see this again every year now. I think next summer, Liverpool and Arsenal will have the same money to spend again if they're in the Champions League, and Chelsea and Man City. So there's a new dawn, and it's a scary one, but you can't argue that this summer transfer window has been incredible. Get your comments in, make sure you subscribe, smash a like on the video. I'll speak to you on the next one.